everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a get ready with me for March Madness. We are going to the women's U of A basketball game tonight. It is here at U of A, so we're like, we might as well just go because both our teams are really good. We are men's basketball team and women's basketball, so right after class, I get off at 6:30. The game starts at 7. We are heading to the stadium. So I figured I would go ahead and get ready with you guys and chit chat. Before getting into that, I want to thank Dossier for partnering with me on today's video. If you haven't heard me talk about Dossier before, they are designer cult favorite scents, but at a fraction of the cost. So if you have a favorite scent in mind, but you don't want to pay full price, you can get the same similar scent that's inspired at Dossier for a way cheaper price. For example, like one of my all-time favorite scents is like Flower Bomb, and Dossier has an inspired scent by them, and my mom used to work in fragrance, so she's very equipped with fragrances, and anytime I'm wearing a Dossier scent, she always knows right off the top of her head, is this blah blah blah? I'm like, yeah. So it's legit, promise you that. And everyone I know who has tried it absolutely loves them. So what it is, you'll get to choose your scent on the website, and it'll come in a box like this, and it'll come with a 50ml bottle that looks just like this. Such a beautiful bottle as well. And along with this, you will receive a sample size, so you get to try out the scent before you open the bottle, so that way if you end up not liking the scent, you are able to return that with no additional charge to you if it's sent back within those 30 days, as long as the full-size bottle is not open. That's why they send you that sample size. So it's so awesome because you really can just try out all these scents without having to worry about it. If you guys are wondering a scent to get and have no idea and are just interested in trying, Floral Berries is actually my current favorite. It smells so good, and I had my mom try it when she was here and she loved it as well. So I would highly recommend this one. This one's my current favorite, but if you guys do want to try out Dossier for yourself, I do have a discount code. It's just Amanda10 to get 10% off your order. And yeah, thank you again, Dossier, for partnering with me on today's video. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready. Guys, so it is like 3:25 and I normally leave for class around 3:40, so I have like 15 minutes to get ready, and we're just going to try our best to do this. All right, so I'm just gonna start off. I already have my concealer and SPF on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this Pro Glow Infallible foundation. But if you guys saw, I posted a couple days ago my job announcement video that I got a job and I'm going to be a 4th grade elementary school teacher next year. So it's very exciting. If you guys want to hear me talk a little bit more about my interview process and why I'm decided to stay in Phoenix, or not even stay in Arizona, move to Phoenix, you guys can check out that video. I kind of like went in depth about all of that. But yeah, I am moving to Phoenix this July, and I'll tell you guys one thing, the apartment searching process is not fun. I've been actually searching for apartments up in that area for a couple of months now, like since January, actually beginning of February, so a couple months. And when you first look at your salary, you're like, that's great, I've never made that much before, like I can do that. And then you start looking at the apartments and you're like, I don't have as many options as I would like within my budget. If you guys didn't know, like it's recommended you pay like 30 to 35% of your income, and as you guys know, like a teacher's salary is not the best. It's because there are options. Like it's not like, oh my gosh, I have none. But every time I come across an apartment, and I've been looking on apartments.com, I'll be like, oh, that looks really nice, perfect, in my budget. And I go on Google to look at the reviews, because I noticed that the reviews on apartments.com are not consistent with Google reviews. And plus, like Apple review or apartment.com reviews only has a few, and then Google reviews has like a ton more, and I never find them to be consistent. Very rarely are they. And when I look on Google for this apartment that looks nice, that looks like it's in my budget, looks good, has horrible reviews. Horrible. And they're like, I have roaches, there's mice, my car got broken into, there's a lot of crime in the area, all these things. And I'm like, lovely. So, and that has been like 90% of the apartments I found within my budget, probably even more than 90%, like that is the case. And then the ones that are in my budget with good reviews, no apartments available at all. Like, and they'll all show like the availability. So when I'm looking to move in July, so none are available. And then when I do find one, it's like gone the next day. And I'm like, you're kidding. So that's that. And then all the ones that have great reviews, and like, so I stopped putting in my like price range, like the budget, just to see, and all of them had great reviews, like all these really nice apartments that I can't afford. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, ugh, that's so frustrating. I actually came across an apartment yesterday that's like, it's on the higher end of my budget, but it's still like in my budget, and it's in a nice like luxury apartment. They have a studio available. It's like a studio, so it's like within 15 to 20 minutes of my place or of my school that I'm working at. I hope that one doesn't get taken, and there's one that's available in June and it's in my budget. It's really, really nice, and I'm like, I would pay, I prefer to pay for a tiny room where I know that I'll feel safe, and you know, I won't have come across all these issues that all these other people are coming across. I'm like, last thing I want to deal with is roaches when I'm like living by myself. So, and that's just a common thing in Arizona or like Phoenix, because we're in a desert, so it's just really hard. And I'm like, I do not want to deal with all these issues that everyone's talking about. And that's like, this particular apartment I found is the only apartment I found that's within my budget that has over 4 stars. And I'm like, the fact, like at one point I was just like, okay, 3.5 stars, like let's see. And so it's just been crazy, that whole process. So now I like am looking to, once I sign my contract for my employment, like I think I'm gonna try and just apply for that apartment, just because I want that to be secured and done and not have to worry about it. Especially because I also realized that in Phoenix, you know, a lot of like ASU students are like trying to find apartments. That's a whole other thing, is like a lot are taken because of ASU kids. So it's just been a struggle, that's for sure. So at this point, I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping that I can secure this apartment like early, within the next couple weeks, sight unseen, which I never thought I was gonna do initially. I told my parents that when they were here in May, we could make a stop, tour apartments, but with my whole search and endless nights and not being able to sleep because of this, now there's always a new stress. Like before it was the interviews, and now it's like apartments. I think I'm like, I will risk not seeing it just because of how great the reviews are. And yeah, and I looked at like the Google, you know, Google Maps, and like looked all around it, and it looks really nice. So I'm like, I really hope I can secure it, because I had a couple other ones that I'm like, this is perfect, it's in my budget, looks like a great area, gets taken, and it's just awful. So that's what I'm hoping for. All right, so I think the makeup looks decent. Not trying to go crazy, just need to look a little better. Alright, so I'm gonna put on some jeans now, and I don't know if I should leave my hair down. I never leave my hair down like this. I haven't done it in a long time. Or I should pin it back. I might just leave it down since I never do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and change and then get ready to go to class, because I literally have to leave for class in like 5 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and letting me chat with you about my apartment debacle. If you guys have any advice or anything, let me know, because house hunting, apartment hunting, everything, like I feel like springtime, that's always like the whole big issue, besides me living in my sorority house the other 2 years. But anytime I've lived in an apartment or house and searched, like spring is awful for that reason, just all the stress, you know. So if you have any advice for me at all, let me know, because it's rough out here. But yeah, I'm gonna also try and get some clips of the game, so save my goodbyes now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.